Hey, it's ReW, and I am live in Union Square, New York City, with Moses. Now, Moses, what river did you part to get here?
The East River. I parted it from underneath on the subway to get here. It was very convenient, I think.
Have you parted many rivers?
I don't think so. Only since I've moved here have I had to cross the river so frequently, cross any river so frequently to go here in New Jersey or whatever. It's really, very taxing on my spiritual chi force, but it's okay. Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Now, were you born with the name Moses?
I was, yeah. It was going to be originally Zeke, like Ezekiel, but yeah, Moses is my real name.
Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have a brother, Marley Bob Etter, also.
Marley Bob?
Yeah.
So is that like Hebrew version of Bob Marley?
Yeah, if you want to, Zionism, Hebrew people, Jewish people, it's, they're related. Yes, uh-huh.
Wow, Marley Bob. That's pretty cool. So now, what brings you to ReW and WhO on this day? You're a multi-talented artist. Is this true?
I am, and so are the musicians that I've been playing with the last few days. I'm playing with a band called GGaDaDu, which is sort of a jazz pop project, and we're on the road with LiNuS and the SaPPhiRe, which is a band with Laura Fisher and Mike Britt, two really talented, multifaceted musicians, also with their own band. So.
And how'd you meet them?
I met Laura a few years ago when I was at music school up in Boston.
Did you go to Berkeley?
I went to the New England Conservatory.
Good for you. So are they like the Hatfields and the McCoys?
I don't know who the Hatfields and McCoys are. I'm embarrassed.
You don't know who the Hatfields and the McCoys are? Wow, you look it up. That's okay. Are they like, black and white?
They complement each other very well in that, one of them is sort of like a classically trained musician who's expanding into pop music, and the other is like a very technically versed musician who records a lot of people and is really savvy with the drum machine that they take on the road with them, like runs his own recording studio and all of that. So they are meant for each other. Yeah, I think so.
The two different schools? That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm talking about Mike and Laura. I'm sorry.
No, I'm talking about Berkeley and the school you went to.
I don't know, but Berkeley kind of had like a more laid out curriculum, like readily prepared for its students, and at my school it's a lot more of like a hands-off approach and just a much smaller community, so they were very, very different.
Cool. Wow. So where are you from?
I grew up in California, yeah, and then moved to Boston about, 7 years ago, where I first met Laura and Mike. So. And
where are they from?
They're from New Jersey, I believe. Mm-hmm.
And they both went to the same school you did?
No, I'm not quite sure what schools or universities they went to, but they were visiting one of my friends that I was living with, and they're walking over here right now. How about it? Yeah.
Cool. So they had good radar.
They do. We have a sixth sense. Laura will tell you she's psychic. Me, maybe not so much, but they knew we were here. Amazing. Mm-hmm. What's up, guys?
All right. So this is LiNuS and the SaPPhiRe. Who are you? Are you the SaPPhiRe?
Yes, I'm the.
Come sit. Come on, guys. Come on. Oh, are you going to play? It's a party now. Well, that's the camera, so just be careful. So please introduce yourself.
I'm Laura from LiNuS and the SaPPhiRe.
And who are you?
I'm LiNuS and SaPPhiRe from Michael.
and Dahlia.
I'm Hannah from GGaDaDu.
And Nikki from GGaDaDu.
Don't be shy, guys. Come on over. Come on. So, where were you, Laura?
Where were we?
Yeah.
We were in Harlem.
Yeah.
And we forgot how long it takes to drive through Manhattan and all the traffic that can hit you.
Yeah, it's all about the traffic. Time has nothing to do with anything when you're getting around in Manhattan, as you now have learned.
Time just sort of stretches, and half an hour becomes 2 hours, becomes late.
So now you're here in this beautiful day in the park, and the trees are all changing, and you've been on a little tour, is that right?
That's right, yeah. We've been on a pretty short little spring tour, and we were in Philadelphia, we were in Brooklyn last night, and we're going to North Jersey today to play a house show.
Oh, house shows, they say, is where it's at.
Yeah.
You get some money in those, don't you?
Yeah, right, more than like a regular venue. And it's going to be a pretty cool turnout. This place has been doing shows for a while, so.
And how did you get booked there?
There's a website called DoDIY.org, and it's a really good reference tool for bands trying to book shows on like a more personal level. So I just reached out to some people, and we got in touch with this place called the Bat Cave, and
Yeah.
They liked our music, so.
That's wonderful. So how would you describe your music?
For LiNuS and the SaPPhiRe, we describe it as progressive dream pop or cinematic alternative. So it's a combination of like some pop, some rock, some electronic, funk, jazz, all sorts of stuff.
And what's your role in the band?
I play piano and I sing and I write.
So can you sing for me like one chorus of one of your songs?
Sure. Let me think of one really quick. You got this? Yeah, we both sing, so.
All right, good.
What song?
It just goes like that over and over again.
Yeah, let's sing a chorus. Let's sing caps lock chorus. Ready? 3, 4. Have open eyes, lines from every sky.
Yeah, there's a lot of that holding the same note for a while, and letting it ring, you know.
Wait, you can stay there. So where are you from?
I like surround, and I'm from the Pleiades system. It's the planet next to Alcyon. It's one of those ones.
Is that where the plane from Malaysia is now?
Do you think they're actually looking for that thing? I don't know.
I don't know, but I have to bring it up because, you know, whenever I hear of another planet, I think maybe that's where it went. Do you? Do you agree to that?
I think this guy over here stole the plane.
It's in his pocket.
And where are you guys from?
From here, and yeah, we're from here.
Yeah, our band is from here, but we're from all different places. I'm from Philadelphia. He's from Arizona.
Originally, Arizona, represent.
And how many dates are you guys playing?
We're just doing 3 dates together, so it's a pretty short tour. But we played together before, and Hannah and I are old friends, Moses and I are old friends, so it just sort of all made sense. And it's kind of like our test run, and who knows, maybe in the future we do something longer. But
Now, how did the name LiNuS and the SaPPhiRes come about?
so LiNuS and the SaPPhiRe. So basically we got our first show a year and a half ago at Trump World Plaza, this really cool event that an organization in New York called Oxheart put together, and it's meant to bring artists and business folk together. And so it was this really like upscale, nice event. And
Trump.
yeah, right. So we got asked to play, and we had started writing music, but we needed a band name. So I don't know. We just like had all these stream of conscious ideas, and we texted our friends like, should we use this name or that name? But that's the one that kind of stuck. And later we looked it up, and it's pretty apt because LiNuS in Greek mythology is the founder of rhythm and melody, which is kind of cool.
Wow, it's not Schroeder. That's interesting.
But we always, we get that a lot. Yeah. It could be if you really like that. So.
No, well, LiNuS, you know, I like LiNuS.
I was trying to come up with something that had the same initials as Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, so I'm sitting there typing stuff over and over again. I'm trying Lionel in the Sky with Dialysis. I'm trying everything. You know, we're like sending it to our friends. We had like a lot of coming running band names. The EP title, Free Sleep. We almost named the band that. I don't know. So, like, you know, you think we had this upscale, we're all dressed up, ready for this Trump show, so we're like, okay, you know, some kind of precious gem, we got SaPPhiRe, you know, and like, I like throwing in the LiNuS thing because it causes most people to, without talking about the character that you normally know of that name, it provokes some kind of childlike imagery, you know, like this scene in which we all remember, you got your blanket and your, I shouldn't have said that, but I'm hoping to get sued by that guy. You might get some street cred if you get sued by somebody like that, right?
Yeah, if LiNuS can actually come out and do it, that would be really even more miraculous. It would almost be... you think he's friends with Bart Simpson?
Nah, Bart used to be kind of bad. He behaves pretty well nowadays, but no, LiNuS would have...
I thought with Lisa?
Passed away. Bart passed away last a few months ago, didn't he?
Really? I saw Bart Simpson on somebody's skirt yesterday. I think he's alive.
In it?
So, what's the website? And wait, and how did your band get its name, Moses?
GGaDaDu? You'd have to ask Hannah and Nikki about that.
All right,
Well, we spent a long time trying to come up with a name, and after a while we just gave up and GGaDaDu. We had to do it. And then we came up with this nice, like, pretty spelling.
Yeah.
That fools a lot of people into thinking it's from some other part of the world, it's from another language. But we've later found out that it means man of in Portuguese.
So take responsibility for it, basically.
Kind of like man up.
Yeah.
So unexpectedly,
And so how do you spell it? What's the website?
GGaDaDu, GADADU, .bandcamp.com.
What's your website?
Yeah, okay, we got LiNuS and the SaPPhiRe.com. It was easy. Yeah, it was available. It's really important when you come up with a new band name. You got to type it into Google and make sure nobody else has it. Let me try to think of a band. When These Days End. Look up When These Days End. I don't know which of the 14 bands I'm talking about, but it's just the first example. Let me think. We're going to call ourselves the Blue Trees. All right, so look up Blue Trees. You're probably going to find more than one of them. And Google's your friend. You know, you want to have. So when you come up with a name for your firstborn son, you know, when you call him Jack or Jake
Or Moses.
you know, like it's a little bit easier when you're dealing with people because it's okay if you have the same name as somebody else. I'm not really okay with that. I got the same name as my dad, and it makes the mail really confusing. And it's like.
But are you junior?
Yeah. And but I'm going to name the next one Michael Britt Jr. the Third.
You're going to do that?
No, I'm going to name him the second. So he's like, because if you get rid of, it's Junior the second, you know what I mean? So he's the second one coming from this side, you know?
Do you have any on the way?
No, we got some more tours and some more records to make first. I'm not done yet, yo.
Yeah, that's the only unfair thing about being a boy and being a girl, you know? Like, boys don't always know when they plant the seed. Yeah.
We got billions of them in there, though. I mean, we could be doing it like, you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, exactly. So on our show, we like to ask every guest for a skeleton from your closet. So each of you, who has the best and who has the worst? Let's think. Who do you think has the best skeleton?
Skeleton.
I think it's probably you, dude. All right, so let's save the best for last. Moses, do you have a good skeleton from your closet?
A skeleton that I'm proud of? Yeah, well, you were asking about parting rivers earlier, my namesake and parting bodies of water. And in high school, I was asked often after, like, dating girls who were mostly redheads if I'd parted the Red Sea yesterday, you see. And you sort of get the idea with that. So.
And you did.
I have to. It's my biblical imperative.
Your responsibility.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, that works. So how many Red Seas did you part?
I don't know.
So that many?
Well, there's only one Red Sea in the world. The question is whether or not the curtains match the drapes. Is that the...
Ah, that's true. Okay, all right. So you're kind of an innocent man. Okay.
Yeah.
Come back to me. I'm going to keep thinking about this.
Okay.
I once stepped on a bug, and then I became a vegan, which is what I am.
Really? From killing one bug, you turned vegan?
Well, that was part of it, you know, but that's
Are those leather shoes you're wearing?
no, they're not actually. They're pleather.
Pleather?
Yes.
So you're a real sincere vegan?
Yes, I've been a vegan for 12 years.
Good for you. So do you eat honey?
No.
Good for you. Do you ever, like, you know, when you're on the road, does it ever, like, you know, you have an ingredient that you don't know about?
I usually don't eat on the road. I fast.
Literally fast?
Drink water. And I eat a lot of mushrooms that I can find.
Mushrooms?
Yeah.
Any kind of mushroom?
Mostly ones that I can find foraging through the parks that we play in, or the farmers markets that we play in.
You can live on mushrooms and water?
Yeah, it's something that a lot of Zen Buddhists do, and I just felt like, as a musician, I wanted to, like, reach for something more in my music.
What'd you eat today?
Today I had pancakes.
Made from?
Mushrooms and flour.
And and no, what kind of moisture was in there?
Water.
So water, mushrooms, and flour. Do you eat protein at all?
I don't believe in protein. It's a myth.
Really?
I think so.
Is that why you have so many brain cells left? No, just kidding.
See, she's a quick one.
Wait, but you get protein somehow, don't you? You eat nuts?
I do eat nuts. I eat a lot of nuts. Love the nuts. And I also eat beans and rice, so wasn't sexual.
All right, there you go. Come over here, Missy.
All right. So, my skeleton in the closet is, well, it wasn't in the closet, but I grew up next to a cemetery, so, I actually, one of my favorite places to go and hang out when I just, want to have a nice time, relax, is a cemetery. I'll find whatever's nearest my living place. So I found in Harlem there's a really cool cemetery a few blocks away. I like to go there for walks. But yeah.
Do you have a favorite person you visit when you go there?
Not yet, but as a child, the cemetery I grew up next to, there's a Harry Potter. I really liked visiting Harry Potter's grave.
Was it before you knew of Harry Potter, the book?
It was after Harry Potter. And there was also a woman, Wilhelmina Diffenderfer. I liked her a lot, and so I hung out by her grave sometimes. And
do you think they travel with you?
Maybe. I think more likely is the ones I played Ouija board on top of their graves. I think those ones probably have a little bit of resentment, and they might stay in the closet longer.
Wow.
I kind of, intruded into their space a little bit, but.
Okay, all right. So you're never thinking Thriller or anything.
Thriller's a great song.
We do Thriller.
I actually,
yeah.
I teach at a Catholic school, and at our winter recital, Thriller was the biggest hit in the whole program. Nice. I had a few violin students play Thriller.
The dance?
No, we didn't do the dance, but had piano. That's cool. Yeah, some people bought.
How old are they?
They are, 6 to 14.
Wow, good for you.
Girls, Catholic school. Kids are
singing Michael Jackson.
Exposed to broader influences, I hope. I try. Right. Yeah.
As long as they don't know his history, right? At least the history people tried to make of it. I love Michael Jackson. I love him so much. Okay, Laura, you ready?
I think I'm ready. All right, so I was backstage at a Bon Jovi concert once, and I came across the keyboardist's piano, and I heard he's really finicky about people playing it or touching it. But I totally played it. I had to. Yeah. So, all right, I came clean.
Do you remember what you played?
I played some classical piece. I don't remember what, but I was pretty young at the time, so that was the majority of what I was playing.
And how did you get backstage at a Bon Jovi concert?
My dad knows his brothers, or knew his brothers, and I went to, all sorts of concerts when I was younger that, weren't, my first pick of concerts I'd go to now, but it was really cool. They're super nice guys, so.
Yeah, they seem it. Yeah. They seem it. All right, where is he? Oh, you're like magic. What's your skeleton?
I once, so I moved into a new apartment, and so I opened up the closet, and there's this woman in there. And I'm like, "What the hell are you doing?" And she's just like, "I won." I'm like, "You won what? What are you talking about?" And she's just like, "I'm the hide and go seek champion." And I'm like, "Get the hell," So,
did you sleep with her?
Yeah, of course.
Is she friends with you on Facebook?
Oh. Hi, I'm right here. That's how we met, yes. Band, There's nothing else to do at that point.
Wow.
She wrote a song about it. You should look up Skeleton Army by Assorted Animals. It's on YouTube.
Cool. Wow. So thanks for meeting up with us, and maybe you can stop by the show sometime.
Definitely. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, and we can hear you play.
You smell wonderful, by the way.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Sitting next to you.
Well, I do my best, So, any last shout-outs, guys?
No.
Nothing from Moses. Any?
You should. Well, we were practicing interview questions in the car, and one of them was, what's the biggest show you've ever played? So I just want to say that anyone who wants to make the trip or is going to be in New Jersey should come to this thing called Beard Fest, because that's the biggest show we played. It's this really cool sustainability and art festival that's happening down in Blueberry Hill in Hamilton.
When will that be?
That's June 13th through 15th in New Jersey.
And that's Friday the 13th, I'd like you to know.
That's actually a good point. I've got to let them know that. Yeah.
And what other shows do you have coming up?
We're playing tonight at the Bat Cave in North Jersey, and then we're also playing another festival in Atlantic City, the Elephants for Autism Festival. It raises money to give kids with autism free music lessons in schools. That is May 15th through 17th, I believe.
Okay, so that's real soon. So is everything listed on LiNuS And the SaPPhiRes.com?
LiNuS in the SaPPhiRe, and it's all listed on our Facebook page. We're still getting the website up and going, but it'll link you to everything.
Facebook is where it's at anyway. Whether you love it or hate it, you can't get away from it.
A tip for a new band: search engine optimization is very important. You got to include the common misspelling.
Are you like freaking like what's his name, Albert Einstein? Or like, are you one of those geniuses?
I was trying to tell my old man about Einstein the other day, right? And he was just like, Einstein? Who are you talking about? I'm like, the theory of relativity. You know, he didn't know Einstein. So he's like, explain it to me. So I'm like,
yeah, well, Moses didn't know, what didn't you know? You remember? He never heard of the Hatfields and the McCoys.
I never heard of the Lost Boys either. What have they done for us lately?
The Hatfields and the McCoys.
Are they a pork company or something? Like, they do pork rolls?
You guys are wonderful to tour with each other because you get each other. You're totally on the same page, right? Have you heard of the Hatfields and the McCoys?
I haven't.
Oh my gosh, have you?
No, I just know a shout out to McCoy Tyner.
I've seen him. He's great.
Well, you guys have to look up the Hatfields and the McCoys. They are part of American history,
Okay.
and I suck at history, and I even know who the Hatfields and the McCoys are.
Who are they? What do they do?
They were like the biggest feuding family in like the Appalachia, like country hillbillies. And then it was like the West Side Story of the Appalachia, like the Hatfields and the McCoys. And then I think that like offspring eventually fell in love and they got married and then the feud ended.
So it's the Romeo and Juliet of the Appalachians. Yeah.
They used to like fight all the time. They, you know, you could picture them with the straw hats on their rockers with their guns. And
So how did you hear about this?
I've known it all forever. I've never not known about the Hatfields and the McCoys. I've always known about them. It's American folklore. But, you know,
Cool.
I get
Something new every day.
Oh, we're trying to be very, very informative on our show.
Hey, what are you doing next?
Like, what do you mean? Like today?
Yeah.
I was planning on going somewhere at 4 o'clock.
I just pretended to look at a watch that isn't there.
It's right there.
You know, since you got a cell phone, how long has it been since you looked at a watch? Think about it.
Well, I look right up there because I know there's a clock.
That's
A long time to realize that's the clock. A long time.
right?
It's the what?
That's the $15 trillion debt clock, right?
No, it's not. People think it is, but actually I know what it is. It's not that.
Like the date and the time, and then like down to the seconds and the minutes, right?
I don't know if the date is in there, but what it is it's the time this way down to the seconds, and then the other side, it's the minutes before the hour. So if you see it's 15:17, this side it's what is it?
4208. Ah, yes. Well, that doesn't really add up, does it?
Well, it's not 4208. It is. It's it's 15. It means that it's 20 minutes. It's the opposite.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's not working right now.
There are some mysteries we'll never understand on Fridays.
So LiNuS and God. It's basically God and LiNuS, right?
Moses in our group, so
Yeah.
we're doing pretty well.
Yeah, Moses is in both, right?
Well, Moses has played with LiNuS before. He's not officially in the band, but he's officially in our hearts.
Great. Well, thank you so much, guys. A big goodbye.
All right.
Bye. Thanks.